Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. And this is where I try to resolve some more indecision. So if you are coming here from the Whimsy Stamps channel, welcome. We're going to jump right on into my process. If you are just coming here because you love me, thank you. We're still going to jump on into the process. That blue card was my first card. That was my inspiration. This one in my hand is the one that I made over on the Whimsy Stamps channel, and that really shows all of the indecision. So you might want to start over there if you haven't been there yet. I will have it linked downstairs, of course, so you can jump on over to Whimsy and then come back here. But suffice it to say, I had a hard time. Sometimes I get stuck with indecision. I kind of get frozen, for lack of a better word, and I'll just walk out of the craft room and not do anything. Well, this time I kind of narrowed it down to a couple of options. And again, that process started over on the Whimsy Stamps channel. But when I couldn't make a final decision because I liked everything, then I still made a decision, but I decided to make 2 cards. So this is card 2, thus part 2 of resolving my indecision. So you can see that I chose one of the pattern papers from the Pink Plaids pattern paper pack. And that is what I die cut down. And I also am using the die set that's called Mountain Majesty. That was the edger die that I ended up going with on this card. Now on the other card, again, I'm going to encourage you to jump over to Whimsy and watch the video over there. But on the other card, I used a pattern or a paper from the Pink Plaids pattern paper pack, as well as I keep wanting to call it Bokeh Bliss, and that's not what it's called, Blurry Flurries. I used one from Blurry Flurries, and I found a way to marry them, and again, you can kind of see that over there. But on that one, I used the 3 Trees border die. I used one of the other images from this same stamp set, which is called Moose Wonderful, M-O-O-S-E, apostrophe T, and I kept calling it Moosest. Words is hard, folks. Words is hard. Anyway, so this will be the 3rd of the 3 images from that stamp set. And again, indecision, right? I couldn't decide on just one. I ended up making 3 cards so that I could feature all 3 of these fantastic images. Colored everything up with my Olos. Again, if you are interested in seeing which of the exact markers I use, you are welcome to slow it down, pause, zoom in, that kind of thing, because I just don't keep track. I've asked before, just like I mentioned over on the Whimsy Stamps channel, if anyone's interested in that, let me know. I'm willing to try, but that's just not the way that I color. What I'm doing here is a little bit of creative die cutting. It's not really a partial die cutting per se, but to me it's just a creative way of doing it. Like, I wanted to use that size die. I felt like it was perfect for this image. These dies are the Sprinkle Scallop Rectangle dies. I get that wrong almost every time, and I think it's right. So there are 2 dies that have just the straight edge that makes a nice crisp embossed edge, and that's this is one of them that's on the screen. And then there's also a larger die and kind of a medium sized die. It's probably an A2 or not A2. So the larger one is A2 size. The smaller of the 2 with the scalloped sprinkles rectangle is, I guess it's an ATC size. I think that's what I'm trying to say. A2 and ATC. This one's just a little bit smaller than ATC. But anyway, so I fussy cut around the antler on the right, and then you could see that I put the die up under that antler so that I could just die cut around the rest of the image. And so I am kind of auditioning all my players again, layering everything up, constructing the card. Yeah, just making everything work. Now, I use the Holly, embossing folder to emboss that A2 white panel there that you see. And I've also used the scallop stitch, the Sprinkle Scallop Rectangle die. But the embossing folder is slimline. It's not for an A2 size. And the way my die cutting machine is, I could not run it through a second time to emboss that little strip that didn't emboss because of the size of the cardstock versus the size of the embossing folder. So rather than fighting that, I just embraced it, and that's where I use that scrap piece of glitter cardstock that you saw me put down that line of glue, and it kind of is like a little border there at the bottom of my card. And I think it looks really cute, and it kind of makes that that transition from the pattern paper, if you will, to the solid cardstock. So again, just gluing everything together, building the card, if you will, and using the Barely Arts Precision Craft Glue. And that is the only adhesive that I used. I did not use any, or did I? No, I don't want to lie. I don't know if I used double-sided foam tape on this one or not. And I know we just had it on the screen and I missed it. So my apologies. If you saw me with double-sided foam tape, put it downstairs in the comments. But here I have used that same glue, and I'm adhering some of the gloss white snowflakes from This Calls for Confetti. Also using their Pierce and Lift tool. I can't remember the exact name of it, but yeah, it works really well. I have several of them actually in my stash. But here are the 3 cards all together, showing that I can make a decision. Even if the decision is to use all the things, but that's okay. So like I asked over on the Whimsy Stamps channel, y'all tell me how you resolve your indecision issues, because I know it happens to all of us, and I don't want to be the crafter that just walks away because I can't make a decision. So I'm learning to do that, learning to make decisions that make sense for me. So guys, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, comment. Definitely comment. I want to talk to you downstairs in the comments like we always do. And until next time, guys, this has been Nancy, the Handy Scandy, resolving my indecision issues. And until next time, mwah, I'm out.